Hello and welcome to the section on building a network to run Hyperledger Fabric. We will start by creating an empty network that we will populate with participants, assets, and transactions, or smart contracts. Then we will glance at two advanced features, access control and queries. We will start by generating an empty network and immediately fill it with participants, assets, and transactions. Finally, we will take a look at access control and queries. In this video, we will discuss how to create an empty business network. We will be using Yeoman and the Hyperledger Composer generator to create a few of the key files. These files will define the network structure, logic, and tests. Let's get started. I am using Atom with Remote Sync Pro to synchronize the code that is on the remote machine and my own computer. You might use a different plugin or a different editor, such as VS Code or WebStorm. I am also using Git to record specific points in development and be able to share the code with you. Regardless of where we do the actual coding, we can synchronize our source code across the machines, and we can download what we create on the remote host to our local machines, for example, when we package the network. Let us start by creating a new network by using Yeoman on the remote machine. We will be asked to enter some basic information about the network, most importantly its name and namespace. In this case, we are creating a land registration network. I call it landreg and set the namespace to org.landreg. I also make sure to create an empty network without populating it with sample code. We can look at the files that we created once we've synchronized them from the remote machine. The readme.md will contain Markdown with information you may want to share about your network. The package.json contains the engine you use for the network and the name and version of the network used to create the business network archive. Here we use Composer 0.19.4. We also include the name and version of the network, which we use when we package it into a business network archive. Also, you can see a few useful scripts for publishing the network, linting it, and testing it. Finally, we can see the development dependencies, including a set of Composer-related tools, as well as linting tools like ESLint, testing tools like Chime for assertion testing, Cucumber for behavior-driven development, NYC for Istanbul coverage testing, and Mocha, currently the most popular testing framework on Node.js. The permissions.acl file contains two access control rules, and we will discuss this file in more detail later on in this section. Finally, the modules folder contains a CTO file, which will contain the structural definitions of our assets, participants, and transactions. In summary, in this video, we have seen how to create a basic Hyperledger Composer business network using Yeoman and the Hyperledger Composer generator. And we examined key files such as the package.json, the modeling language CTO file, and the permissions.acl file.